morning, everybody. That was a mouthful this morning. All right, guys, so we're gonna just get into it. I'm gonna steer my chair over on this side. And for all my lovely ladies and gents that are watching at home, we're gonna break out into our warm-up. So if you're able to stand, please stand. If not, remain seated. We're just gonna start our warm-up with our shoulder rolls and we're gonna go forward. So you guys can see it from the side. And just gonna slightly open up your shoulders. So we're just gonna go to the front. And we're just gonna take that a couple times going forward. All right, now I'm gonna just stop and I'm gonna rotate the other way. So you can see from the opposite angle. And all I'm doing is I'm just switching up my angle. So instead of going forward, I'm just going back now. I'm just gonna get our upper body nice and loose. All right, now I'm gonna put my hands out on the side and we're just gonna do our little circles. And I'm going in a forward motion. So I'm gonna back up so everybody can see me a little bit. And again, this is supposed to gauge your mobility and your rotation in your shoulder. So if you have a shoulder impingement of any sort, or if you have any like torn muscles in your shoulder blades, you know, just follow along with me the best you can. And we're just gonna open up a little bit wider now. And a little bit bigger. And then we're gonna pause for a second, back. And then we're gonna go out again, and now we're gonna go the other way. So I was going forward before, and now I'm gonna take it back now, okay? So again, we're gonna start out with baby circles, and we're going in the opposite direction now. And we're gonna open up a little bit wider. For all my people at home, one of the questions I got was, you know, why I wear something like a hoodie or something beforehand. As an athlete for several years, I normally wear something now because my endurance is a little bit higher than majority of people. So for me, if you like to wear a hoodie or if you want to stay loose during your warm-ups or throughout the duration of your workout, I highly suggest wearing something, maybe like a sweater or something like a long sleeve, and then take it off. You don't want to overheat. We just want to keep our muscles nice, loose, and relaxed. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to get into a little bit of a side bend here. And we're just going to target this oblique muscle. And for all my peeps who are sitting down, do this one with you guys. You just gotta create a little bit of tension here. And then we're gonna release it. And we're gonna do the opposite way. So we're gonna just stretch over. Just a little bit of tension right here, not too much. And we're gonna bring it back. We're gonna do that 2 more times. So 1 and 1. We're gonna come over. We're gonna bring it down. And this is our last time. We're gonna go over. Excellent. All right. So one thing I want to do just to open up is we're going to be doing a lot of core work today. I want your hands behind your head. We're going to lock them. We're going to bring them behind the head like this. And what we're going to do is, and I'm going to show this standing as well as seated for anybody who needs it. So again, hands locked. Bring it behind the head, just slightly guided behind your head. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to rotate. And you're going to hold it for a couple of seconds. And bring it back to the center. And we're just going to turn over. Because I'm a little bit smaller, my feet have a hard time touching the ground. Or for anyone who's a little bit longer in length or has a pillow for support, feel free to keep your feet locked to the ground. And we're just going to turn. Right back. And we're going to take this 2 more times. Center. Excellent job. And you can do that same thing standing. It's the same exact motion. I would just be standing up and rotating my body. A more advanced version. One of the things that one of my previous boxing coaches had taught me. I take our hands, same thing. Again, this is the same exact thing. I just like to show everybody. So we're gonna come up and lift our body up. Another way to do it is to go like this. Down. That's the more advanced version. But for now, you can do it in your chair. You can do it standing up. All right, so now that we're up on our feet, body's nice and loose, upper body is at least. Now we're going to target the rest of our body. One thing I want to do, just get into a light jog for everybody. Just bring your legs up, Get your heart rate up. We're gonna take it for about like 10 seconds. And what I want you to do is I want you to move your upper and your lower body. For anybody who's seated, you can do the same exact thing. And what I want you to do is that regardless of how slow you are or how fast you are, it doesn't matter. The whole point is it's about your personal fitness and what you're capable of doing. And that's important. And what I mean by that is that I want you to swing your upper body and your lower body to match the same pace that you're going. Just enough to bring up your heart rate. Okay? And then I don't want you to just stop. For health purposes, we want to slow down. I want to bring our heart rate down because now that we brought it up, our body's nice and warm. I want to just bounce a little bit, just bring it back down. Take a couple deep breaths until you feel ready. Come back. All right, excellent. So now at this point, you should be feeling nice and warm from head to toe. Okay. And now what we're going to do is for anyone who's capable of standing, please stand. If you have an aide, please use your aide or your nurse who's ever with you today. I'm going to just get into my tree trunk stance. Or for anyone who's been with me, it's just a really quiet stance that I like to call tree trunk. Okay, so my feet are out like this, as you can see. And what I'm going to do is I'll put my hands on my hips and we're just going to rotate, or we're just going to open up our hips because we are going to be doing squats today. We're going to be doing the lower body. But again, we're not done with our workout because, I want everybody to be loose and flexible in order to do some of the routines that we have today because it's going to be somewhere in the moderate zone. All right, so what we're going to do is hands on our hips. Now we're just going to rotate. I'm going to my right side and I'm bringing it back around nice and slow. And then we're going to come to the front and then I'm going to rotate the other way. So you see how my leg is being pushed out? I'm going towards that socket joint and then I'm going to rotate out, come back around, and we're going to come forward. So we're going to do that. And we're going to go a complete circle now on the front, and we're going to go back, stick my butt out a little bit, and we're going to come to the front, and I'm going to go the other way now. So go in the opposite direction, nice and slow. If you have any trouble with your hips or anything in your pelvic region for whatever reason, again, just a little bit of movement is good, just to loosen up your hips, okay, and your pelvic region. If you have any trouble, don't strain yourself. This is just a warm up. This is not anything supposed to be intense. Take it nice and slow. Remember, we're going at your pace and no one else's. All right, excellent job, everybody. All right, so now that I'm loose and I'm warm, one thing that I like to do is I like to toss off my sweater because at this point my body's nice and loose. I'm warm. I don't want to overheat, so I can take this off now. So this is done for today. All right, guys, so we're going to start our workout. Like I said, today we're going to be targeting core. I'm going to show both upper and upper body today, but standing and also as well as seated down for my core muscles. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do, a lot of my exercises, I don't consider them redundant, but I like to consider them compound, meaning that if you've seen a previous class of mine, what I like to do is I kind of like to recycle things a lot. That way, not only do you get a sense of a routine, but you get a sense of consistency. And it's also fun too, because then we can do variations. Once you get the masters of the basics, anything's possible. So what we're going to do is I'm going to bring my hand up like this. You actually can do this with the weight if you like. I have a little baby water bottle. If you don't have a weight, that's okay. We could just pretend this is like a 5-pound weight. And what we're going to do is we're just going to bring our left leg and we're going to bring it up towards the sky. And we're going to hold it for a second. And we're going to come down. And we're going to come up. And we're going to drop it down. And what we're doing is we're targeting our abdominal muscles. So when you feel that, you're going to feel it contract. Now I'm just showing this as a standing version. I actually am going to do a seated version. So for anyone who's incapable of standing for extended periods of time, and we're just going to bring it down. Again, if you have a balancer, if you have somebody with you, please feel free to latch onto them. Or if you have a wall, it's the same exact thing. The whole point is you're going to be attracting your abdominal muscles. All right. So what we're going to do is for people who are seated. So again, got my little baby weight. So we're going to keep that weight up above our heads. We're going to pretend it's like a little 500. And generally for people, you actually can have a support in the back. I'm not going to use my hoodie, but you can use a pillow of some sort. Or if not, if somebody's behind you, you can have them just put their hand on your lower back, just to keep your back straight. We're going to put our hands up now. I'm going to do it standing, but I'm going to show it seated so everyone feels that they're included. So we're going to have that weight above my head. We're going to hold it as a little weight, so have a firm grip on it, but not too tense in the wrist. And we're going to bring our leg up. We're going to contract the muscle here in our stomach, or bring it down. So up and down. Up and down. We're gonna bring it up. Now, for anyone who's having issues like bringing their leg up, or perhaps there's a knee or there's a hip issue, I would just suggest like contracting your abdominals the best that you can. So if you're only able to bring your leg up so much, don't strain your back, but just focus on your abs. And I just want you to contract them. It's a voluntary control, so you're able to contract the muscle down there. And that's what we're gonna do for today. That's at least one of our exercises. So I'm gonna scoot my chair, and we're gonna do a standing now. I'm actually gonna leave the weight. I'm actually just gonna come up. And what we're gonna do is now that everybody knows it's standing, we're gonna do this 10 times on both sides. So it's gonna be 20 in total, and we're gonna alternate. So when I go up 1, 1, and that's a full set, okay? So we're gonna go 1, and I'm gonna alternate hands 2. This is 2, so you're gonna do the same exact thing in your chair now, okay? So you're gonna have your right hand up, and we're gonna bring that knee up, and we're gonna alternate sides. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go number 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my alternate hand now, my left hand side, and we're going to do the same exact thing. We're just going to bring that knees up, and we're going to contract that abdominal muscle, okay? So pretend like there's a little weight in my hand. You could do, if you actually have weights at home, or a water bottle that's a 16 ounce. The little ones, they're not as effective, but if you have a 16 ounce or if you have something that you can hold, feel free, because that's going to help you with your balance too, okay? So we're going to come up now, and we're going to do 10 now. So 1, 2, and remember, we're going to target this muscle, okay? That's 3. Our goal is to get to 10. That's number 6. 8, 9, and one more, guys. 10. Excellent job. All right, so our next exercise, so you did 20 in total, so phenomenal job. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna transition over to our next exercise. This is gonna be standing, and then I'm gonna wish you it's seated, okay? All right, so similar to what we just did, we're gonna do something called foot raises. So this is a bit more advanced, so if you have any trouble standing, please don't be afraid to ask for help, ask for somebody for help, or if not, you can do the modified version. So what I'm gonna do is now, kind of like what we were doing, like this motion before, it's a little similar what we're using our upper and our lower body today. So what we're gonna do is, we're basically gonna do some touches with our toes. So what that means is I'm gonna bring my right hand up, my left leg is gonna come out, we're gonna get out, and we're gonna touch. So that in slow motion is just this. We're gonna come up, we're gonna touch, we're gonna bring the opposite hand up, and we're gonna just pair it. So the left hand comes up and the right leg comes out. So this does take a little bit of hand-eye coordination. It does take balance, so please be careful. The whole point of this is to get a good workout. You work on your balance, you work on your coordination, you work on strength training even. Just because you do it enough times, you're gonna start to build, you break the muscle to build it. But also, it's a good cardio workout. However, if you're with someone and you don't feel comfortable standing, I highly advise sitting down for this. I don't want anybody to fall, I don't want anybody to hurt themselves. Remember, it's a one-size-fits-all fitness. However, we don't want anybody to get injured in the process though. All right, so I'm gonna do one more demonstration and then I'm gonna do it seated for everybody. So we're gonna bring our hand up and we're just gonna touch. For me, one thing I like to target, I have this little pink dot right here that helps me focus. So for hand-eye coordination, like in fighting, when they do the little ball in front of them, it's the same thing. This is my target, it's this little pink button on the end of my shoe. So for anyone, if you have sneakers or something, try to focus on something so that way I have a little target to push, or at least something to touch, and then you can reset, okay? So we're gonna show it one more time. Comes up. And when you get really good, it just becomes like a fluid motion, All right, so now I'm gonna switch over, and we're gonna do it seated now. So the beautiful thing is that everyone who's standing can do it, and everybody who's seated can do it. All right, so I'm just gonna show a demonstration. And then I'm gonna do my standing today because I really want to work my my abdomen. All right, my core muscles really. All right, what we're gonna do is right hand comes up, left leg comes out, and we're gonna touch. Left hand arm comes up, right leg comes out, and we're gonna touch. So I don't want you to bend over so much, just a light touch, you know. In my case, we're gonna go a little high, just so we can work our upper body too. Anyone has any questions or concerns? They don't like the movement, let me know in the comments. I will fix it for you. Okay, so very simple, very self-explanatory. I'm gonna stand up firstly for these exercises. But now that everybody knows, you can just follow along with me with the whole thing. Again, go at your own pace. If I finish 10 and you're still on number 7, just continue on until we're finished. Don't worry. All right, everybody, so I'm gonna be starting on my right-hand side. So my right hand, left leg's coming up, and we're gonna just touch it. For these, this is gonna go 1, 2, and 3 now, okay? So 1 and 1 is not one set, so it's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, it's gonna be continuous, okay? Just because with this is a little bit more into it, it's a little bit more involved than what we were doing with just standing before, because you really do have to be coordinated. So I don't want to do too many of these and like someone's off balance or, you know. All right, so we're just gonna go, we're gonna alternate now. So we're gonna go 1, 2, and I'm gonna go up to 20 and then we're gonna stop. I'm gonna take a quick break and then we're gonna do another 20, okay? All right, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 3 more, don't quit on me, let's go. 17, I probably said 17 twice. 18, 19, 1 more. 20, excellent job. All right, for anyone who needs water, please feel free. I'm gonna just take a sip from my throat. Stay hydrated during your workouts too, that's a big one. Take a 10-second break if you need to, couple deep breaths. Come back center, and now we're gonna do another 20. So same exercise for everyone standing as well as seated. So I'm gonna come up. We're just gonna alternate. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You see, I missed it there. 14, keep your trainer good. 15, 16, 17, 18, 2 more, everybody. 19, and 20. Excellent job. All right. So I'm going to shake out my legs a little bit just because I'm starting to feel it. And don't worry, we have some more exercises coming today, so it's not all you're going to be doing, just alternating sides. All right, I do, however, want to do another 10. I know we did 20 before, so we're just going to cap it off at 50 for this exercise. But in total, if you were able to get to the first 20 with me, the 2 sets, you've already done 40 already for today. So be proud of yourself. We're partially through our workout already for upper body. So we're just going to finish strong now with just 10 more. We're just going to alternate like we've been doing, same exercise, and then we're going to transition over to the next one, okay? So we're going to come up, and you can count it out with your trainer, or we can do it together, all right? Let's bang it. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 more, guys. Let's go. 10. Excellent job, everybody. Excellent. All right, so forgive me. I kind of like to just, you know, shake my body out a little bit wherever I'm feeling like if there's an ache or something, you know. One thing I always like to recommend in my classes is always listen to your body. That's a big one. If you're hurting, you have an injury, or even if you don't feel like it, try to push yourself a little bit, get out of your comfort zone, but also listen to your body though too. You know, it's important that you do a workout that's effective. However, you never want to get to the point where you're pushing yourself past your limits to the point where you injure yourself. So it's about going beyond your limits, but not to the point of burnout or exhaustion or fatigue or injury. Okay. All right. So we're gonna come back. Okay. So one of the warm-up exercises that we did was called like an ab rotation, where I took you from here. We did this, and it's a good way to target our obliques. Also a good warm-up exercise. If you do it enough times, it actually becomes an ab workout. So what I'm going to do is with you guys, I'm going to do my advanced one that I was taught. I mentioned it earlier. So we're just, and also I'm going to show a modified version, just because again, this is a standing exercise. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up, we're going to place our hands out. We're going to bring the right leg up and we're going to turn our bodies. We're going to center and we're going to come down. Now the same thing's going to happen on the left side, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to come up, we're going to turn, we're going to center, and we're going to come down. So again, it's going to work your balance, your coordination, and you're going to be working your abs, okay? So this is the advanced. I'm going to show it one more time, and then we're going to do the seated like we did in our warm-up, except you're just going to be rotating, okay? All right, so we're going to come up, we're going to lift our right leg up, and we're going to turn our bodies. We're going to center, we're going to rotate to the left. We're going to come down, to the right, come down. I personally like to keep my hands as a guide. That way I'm able to actually balance. And again, hand-eye coordination, you know, when you see something in front of you, it gives you almost like the illusion that you're kind of holding on to something so you're not going to fall. So we're going to come up, and we're going to turn, and we're going to come back. Okay. And now I'm going to show the seated version like we did in our warm-ups. So for everyone who has, you know, an issue if they're unable to stand with me, that's okay. All right. So again, I know it's a little different, but again, we showed it in the warm-up. We're going to do analysis as an exercise. So we're going to bring our hands up. We're going to lock them. We're going to bring behind our head. And we're just going to turn. Very simple. But what I want you to do during that exercise though is we use it in a warm-up, we just kind of just get the body mobile and stretch. Now what I want you to do is really focus when you turn. I really want you to focus on your abs. It's not so much an upper body workout, it's an abdominal one. So when you turn, like for me, I can feel it like right here in my lower abdomen. And that's where I want to target. But also feel it in my back. We're just going to go forward. Almost like an ab twist. Okay? So we're going to do that for a little bit. So again, you can do it seated, you can do it standing with me. All right, everybody. So I'm going to come up now, put my hands up for everyone who's standing with me. And then I'm going to bring my right leg up and I'm going to turn this way. So we're going to go up and we're going to turn. We're going to hold it. Center. Ooh. Excuse me, that's my bad leg. All right, so we're going to come up. I'm gonna hold it. Come back. And again, I'm gonna come up. I'm gonna turn. I'm gonna hold it. Generally, rule of thumb, I would say hold it for about 2 to 3 seconds. And then bring it back to reset. And then we're gonna come up. I'm gonna turn. Also, too, if you could focus on something as you do it, it's a good thing to have. Whether it's another person in the room or just a focal point that you could just kind of designate on and just focus. And that way you're not focused so much on your body, you know, but you're able, your body will take care of itself and then you just focus on what you need to. All right, so we're going to take that 5 more times. We're just going to come up. We're going to turn. I'm going to hold it. Then I'm down. Go up. Turn. I'm going to hold it. And again, for anyone who's seated, seated down right now, just enough time to hear this a moment. Again, so it's gonna be that same thing. Hold it. You're gonna center. You're gonna move down. For anyone who's seated, okay? We're gonna take that 5 more times now, okay? So we're gonna place our hands. We're gonna come up. We're gonna turn. We're gonna come down. We're gonna come up. We're gonna turn. And again, my eye is on a book right now that I'm just staring at. I'm weaker on my left side. We're gonna come up, turn, and now I'm facing the opposite direction. Now I'm gonna focus on something, the letter A. We're gonna come down, and we're gonna do 3 more, okay? So we're just gonna alternate 1, 2, and 3. So we're gonna come up, we're gonna turn, hold it, and go down. Excellent job. Let's push it up. So we're gonna hold it. We're gonna come come down, and we're gonna end with our last one. And then we're gonna transition now. So we're gonna come up, we're gonna hold it, focus on that book. Turn. We're gonna bring it back. Excellent job, everybody. Okay. So now that we have mastered our upper body and abs for today, we're gonna transition into our lower body. One thing I like to do in my workouts, I kind of like to do a full body where, you know, I target, you know, upper and lower body, or just something that's a full workout, just because, you know, being in these classes, like, consistency is everything, but you get more for your money if you come in, you do a full body, as opposed to doing something that's more consistent in the gym, like people who work out 2 to 3 times a week and they can target different body parts. We only have an hour class, so I try to mix it up for everybody that we all target what we need to. So our next workout is going to be our lower body, and we're going to transition into our squats with leg raises. So this is going to be fun. I'm going to show a basic leg raise because, again, we're actually going to do just, we're going to isolate the leg raise in one exercise. This one is actually going to be a 2-in-1. So it's going to be a squat with a leg raise. So basic leg raise, I'm just going to show it real quick. Use my chair, you know, that's for balance purposes. Everyone, you know, we all need a little help every now and again. So basic leg raise, you know, I have my hand on my chair. We're going to bring our leg up, or we're going to come down, up, and down. And then the same thing on the opposite side. So this is one exercise that we will be doing today. I'm just showing it to you in the purpose of the squat that we're going to be doing. So you're going to just incorporate that type of movement. So basically just a little kick out and back. Okay. It'll make sense in a moment once I put the two together for you guys. So again, we're going to get to a nice squat position. So for me, I like to do tree trunk. For anyone who has issues like squatting or can't go out as wide, you could bring your legs in a little bit together. I don't mind. One thing that you do on the leg press, which is the machine where the leg down and the legs are coming back, you can target different muscle groups. So for me, my biggest concern is really just about your safety. So again, if you can't go out as wide as I can, or like someone who's more flexible, you can bring your legs in, just keep a wide stance. That's really what I want for you guys. In this case, what we're going to do is we're just going to get into like a little sumo squat position. Big proponent in squats, always keep your legs bent. I always say that on my classes. If you take away one thing, never ever lock your knees, because you can injure yourself like that. And anyone will tell you the same thing in the weight room. So, all right, so what we're going to do is we're going to get into our sumo squat position, our tree trunk stance. Our legs are out like this. We're gonna seep into our body a little bit. So my booty's out, my back is straight, and my legs are bent, you know, like a dancer. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna come down, we're gonna do a squat, and then we're gonna do that little kick. Kind of like what we were doing before, same principle of coming out. You're gonna do the same exact thing, except you're gonna go squat, and when you come up, you're gonna lift your leg up. This might be a little bit more challenging for everybody, but I want you to at least try with me today. If you can't, just do your best. If you have to modify the position for yourself, go down just a little bit and then just kick out. Go down just a little bit and kick out. Go down just a little bit and kick out. Now, for anyone who's a little bit more advanced with me, you could try getting deeper into the muscle. So we're gonna go down. All right, so my legs, tree trunk stance, out. We're gonna get into our body. We're gonna get into our bodies. We're gonna seep in, butts out, back is straight, and we're gonna go down. And remember, my legs are still bent, and then I'm gonna kick out. I know it sounds a little weird when you do it, but I promise you, like, I don't want anybody's knees locked, and then you're gonna come up. So we're gonna just take that now. We're gonna go 5. We're gonna go 5 squats, and then we're gonna do a little kick at the end. So a squat and a side kick is what we're doing today. And we're gonna take it nice and slow. And we'll start. So for me, I kind of like to keep my hands here. All right, and we're gonna go down, pop your booty out, go down. This is 1, up, and then we'll alternate. I'm gonna scoop my chair over so I'm not keeping it. Okay, so we're gonna go down. And we're gonna take it nice and slow when we do this. I think one thing that trainers get wrong a lot of the times, or from what I see in the fitness community, is that it's not about the speed of doing something. It's really about the quality of what you're doing it. And if you do a good set of 5 and you can work your body groups and really get into the muscle and break what you need to, and build what you need to, that's really all that matters, versus doing 10 and you're you know, your form is off, you're not doing it correctly, you're either hurting yourself, or if not, it just, you don't get an as effective workout. So we're gonna do 4 more now. So we're gonna go down, up, down, and up. And you're working both your glutes, your inner and your outer thighs when you do this. And you're strengthening up your lower body is what you're doing essentially. So we're gonna go down, kick up, down, and kick up. Okay, I'm gonna get back into my stance. If you get out of your stance, that's okay. Just come back home, you reset into your stance. We're gonna go down, kick up, go down, we're gonna kick up. Excellent. All right, so I'm not gonna kill you too much with the squats. We're gonna alternate. So now we're gonna come back to that exercise in just a moment. But what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do our side kick. So the same thing I showed you, except without the squat. Okay, so we're gonna take this. Do a quick time check with everybody, see how we're doing. Excellent. We got half an hour, guys. That's great. All right. So we're gonna alternate now. If you have a chair, great. If you don't, just follow along with me the best you can. I just essentially do this for you guys. I personally don't like using the chair, but it helps for demonstrations like this. All right, so again, that same little side kick that we just did, we're gonna just do 5 of them now. We're gonna alternate sides. So we're just gonna have our body straight. And then if you have a support, use it. I'm using my left hand to grab the chair. And then also I like to use my right hand too. Dancing days, you know, just keep that support there too if you need it. Bring your leg out, and bring it back home. Just a little side kick, come out. If you could bring it up high, bring it up high. Otherwise, like right within the middle range is good. So, you know, from where your leg would be up here, if you could bring it up here, that's fine. So we're just gonna come out, and we're gonna do 5. So that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Excellent. Now I'm gonna switch over sides now. Keep my chair on this side. I have my support. If you have a person too, that's great. If you could do it, you guys can actually do it together. All right, so we're gonna be here. My hand's gonna come off with that extra support now. And we're just gonna do a side kick. We're gonna do 5 on this side, and then we're gonna go back to our squats. Okay. So you're gonna be doing a little bit of a circuit with me, meaning that we're just gonna be doing with some repetitious motions, but it all comes together. All right, so we're gonna do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Excellent. All right. Now we're gonna come back to our sumo squat now. So now that you're familiar now with your side kick position, it'll help you too when you do this now, because now you have a better understanding and your body's got the motion of it. Again, sumo squat position, we're gonna go down. Again, my butt's out, my back is straight, my legs are bent, and I have a wide stance. If you can't do a wide stance, bring it in a little bit closer, and then just do your squat the best that you can. But what I want you to do, if you modify your squat, there's no problem with that. Just make sure that you're contracting your glutes, keep your back straight, and keep your abdomen straight to the best of your ability, okay? And then just pop your leg out with your side kick the best you can, okay? All right, so we're gonna go down. Now we're gonna do 5, okay? So we're gonna do 5 on the right side, and then we're gonna do 5 on the left side, okay? And then we're gonna reset. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Excellent. Excellent job. All right, so I'm going to chair a little bit more so I'll forget. I'm going to do the 5 on the left side now, okay? And then we're going to do 5 more. We're going to alternate, and then we're going to do more side kicks. All right, so we're going to get into our position. All right, we're going to go down, knees bent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. Down and up. Excellent job. All right, so now I'm going to bring my chair back. Otherwise, you're going to be standing with me. It's fine. So I'm going to come up now. And we're just going to put our hand on our hip, or you can have it out. I'm going to do 5 side kicks on the right side, and then we're going to do 5 on the left. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm gonna rotate now, we're on the other side. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. One more, guys. 5. Excellent job. All right. Before you make me, we're gonna do one more set of squats, and we're gonna end not with our side kicks, but we're gonna end with the squats with the side kicks. That 2-part motion. And we're gonna do 10 more of that, and then we're gonna transition into our next exercise. Okay. So again, get into your tree trunk stance. We're gonna finish out strong. Your lower body isn't killing you by now. That means I gotta up the reps for next time. All right, so booty out, back straight, nice and firm, legs bent. All right, so we're gonna come down. So we're gonna do 5 now, okay? 1, and we're gonna alternate sides. 2, 3, 4, and back into position. Take my time, reset. 5. Excellent job. All right. So I'm gonna just shake my legs out. For anyone who's feeling it, one thing you can do, get to massage your leg out, please feel free. Especially too if you're starting to feel a little sore, if there's any pain. Okay. And then we're gonna take it 5 more, okay guys? We're gonna do 5 alternate, the same thing that we just did. All right, so tree trunk, we're gonna get down. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, last one, 5. Excellent job. So you've done 10 total of this exercise and just that set alone. That's not including the other ones that you did. So what I want to do now, I want to take, just because everybody's doing such a great job with me, we're going to take it 5 more, okay? And we're going to really burn up our lower body. Again, if you need a sip of water, please feel free to take it. We're going to come back, home. So again, tree trunk, we're going to take it 5. I promise this is our last set. We're going to do 5 more alternate, and then we're going to transition now to our next exercise, okay? All right, so we're going to get low. We're going to get our position. We're going to go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more, guys. One more. 6. Excellent job. Okay, great job, everybody. If your lower legs are killing you, great job. If they're not, keep working hard with me. All right, so now we're gonna just transition into our next exercise now. You can use a chair for this. I have seen it with the chair. You don't have to if you don't want to. You can use a wall for these purposes. If you have an arm buddy, again, an aide, a nurse, someone you can hold on to, that's great too. I know you guys have a little bit more help than I do at the moment, but I have my chair, so I'm going to be using that. Now we're just going to be doing something called kickbacks. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate with my chair now. So I have my chair or my person, whichever is easiest for you guys. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to target our glute muscles and our back of our legs, our hamstrings. So what we're going to do is I have my hands on the chair, right? So we're going to place it firmly. I have a basic stance, nothing crazy, just even feet apart. What we're going to do is we're going to take it nice and slow. I'm taking my right leg and I'm going to kick it back. I'm going to bring it back and then I'm going to come down. Okay? So I'm going to show that again. I'm going to show it on the right. I'm going to show it on the left. So what I'm doing is I'm working on my balance and my coordination, but I'm also toning my glute muscle. So I'm going to come back. I'm going to take the right leg going back. I'm going to kick it out. I'm going to hold it for about 2 seconds. I'm going to bring it up. And I'm going to put it back down. Okay? All right, so I'm going to bring my chair out. All right, so I have my hands here, working on my balance for a second. Make sure I'm steady. I'm going to bring my left leg up. I'm going to bring it out. I'm going to hold it. I'm gonna contract my muscles in the back, my hamstrings and my glutes. I'm gonna bring it up, and I'm gonna bring it down. Okay? So very simple exercise. If you have somebody with you, you can do it. You can hold on to them and just work on your balance. Again, this takes a little bit of coordination. It's a little bit harder, but it's important though that you push yourself again just a little bit today. Do something out of your comfort zone. If you have the fear of falling, hold on to your partner, hold on to your chair tight, and extinguish that fear inside yourself by practicing what you're afraid of. Because once you do it more and more, and you get more consistent at it, you extinguish the fear. I know for people who are of a certain age, I know falling is a huge health risk. I've worked in the ER before. I've seen it a lot with either pelvis or back, head injuries. So if you are afraid, I highly recommend holding on to someone with you and doing the exercise to the best of your ability and trying it. There's no harm in trying. And on top of it, if you have somebody with you who can stabilize you, just as good. If you're by yourself, hold on to your chair. And if not, just hold on and put your leg as far as you can back, and then just put it back into place. You don't even have to come up all the way, okay? Whatever makes you guys feel comfortable. So since I'm on this side, I'm gonna do my kickbacks from here. We're gonna do 5 on my left side, and then I'm gonna alternate. We'll do 5 on the right, and then we'll rotate, okay? So we're gonna do 5 for our first set on the left side. So again, my hands are here. I'm balanced, my legs coming up. I'm gonna push out. I'm gonna hold for about a second or two. I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna squeeze my abs. I'm gonna bring it right back down, okay? All right, so that's 1. I'm gonna bring the leg up. We're gonna come down. We're gonna contract. Up. And we're gonna go down. So the beautiful thing about this exercise, it's almost like a Pilates exercise, honestly, which they focus on like tightening and toning. Well, this is how you do it. You really have to get into your muscle group and contract it, hold it, and release it, and then do it again repetitiously. So we're gonna come up again now. We're gonna contract our glutes. We're gonna come back. We're gonna hold it. And we're gonna come up. So this exercise alone targets your butt as well as your hamstrings, but the opposite to that too is also your abs. I added that little in as a sweetener. Wasn't supposed to be just a kickback. I'm also incorporating almost like a high knee with it. So it's sort of like a kickback and a high knee at the same time. So we're gonna do 2 more now on this side. So I'm gonna hold onto my chair. I'm gonna be steady. I'm gonna come up. My leg is gonna contract. I'm gonna bring it out. Hold it for about 2 seconds. Come up, hold it, and come down. We're gonna do 1 more now, and then we're gonna switch over sides. Okay, so we're gonna go back. We're gonna bring our leg up. We're gonna hold it. We're gonna come up. Or we're gonna drop it. Excellent job. So I'm gonna switch over this side now. And we're gonna do the same thing now. I'm gonna do my right side now. So where I'm feeling it right now is predominantly in my hamstrings. So for me, what that means, if I want to target my glute muscle more, that means I have to contract my glutes more, and I have to bring my leg back further. Because where I'm feeling it is more in my hamstrings, and where I want this to target is my glutes. So we're gonna come back now. We're gonna come up. We're gonna come back. We're gonna hold it. We're gonna come up. Hold it. And down. It's 1. Okay, so we're gonna hold it now. Come up. Come down. Excuse me, hold it. We're gonna come up. Hold it. And down. That's 2. So the count in my head is normally about 2 seconds. So when my leg goes up, it's about 1, 2. And then by the time I bring my leg up, the knee up to my chest, it's 2 seconds too. And then bring it down. If you need to shorten the duration, you could do it for about 1 second, hold it, and then bring it down. So we're gonna come up now. We're gonna contract my glute. That's what I'm trying to target. We're gonna come up. And hold it. 1, 2. And come down. Okay. We have 2 more, guys. And then we're gonna come up. We're gonna hold it. Bring the knee up. Contract that muscle in the abdominal region. And we're gonna come down.
All right, our last one. We're only gonna do 10 of these today because we targeted a lot with the abs and the lower body. So I don't wanna overdo it. And then we're gonna do our last one, okay? So we're gonna bring our leg up, we're gonna do the kick back. Bring it up. Hold it. And we're gonna come down. Excellent job, everybody.
My legs are now like hurting over here. All right, so
One other thing that we could actually do, one other exercise we can target our calves for today. I brought this exercise back from previous workouts with me, just a basic calf raise. If you have weights, it's great. You can hold your weights and do it. We could use a chair for this. Otherwise, you could just stand on your tippy toes, which is a good workout. Personally, I like to demonstrate it with the chair, just because in the gym, it's actually a machine that they have weight on you and then you go up. So I'm just gonna do a brief time check, make sure we're okay. All right, so we got about 10 minutes, guys. So this is gonna be our last lower body workout for today. And it's just a simple calf raise. And then we're gonna make sure that we take our time to stretch everything because my legs are a little tightening up a little bit. And it's important too that we're gonna loosen that up again and then we're gonna stretch and we're gonna just pull off for today. For our last 10 minutes, excellent job, everybody. If you kept up this far, keep it going, all right? All right, so very basic, and you could actually do this at home. You could do it with or without somebody, and there's less of a fall risk with this actually, just because this is a more balanced exercise. You have your hands both on here, and you're not coming that far off the ground actually. So basic calf raise is just this. So my feet are planted firmly on the ground. I'm up on my tippy toes for a second, and then I come right back down. We're gonna go up and down. And when you come up, right, it's not just a basic I'm on my tippy toes and I'm down. When you come up, I want you to contract your calf muscles. So this muscle in the back, okay? So we're gonna take that 10 times. We're gonna take it nice and slow since we're coming towards the end of our workout. And we're gonna go up and down. And we're gonna have our hands locked on here, up, hold it, and down. And when you come down, release the muscle, okay? So when you go up or contract, that's number 3. And when you come down, you let it go, release it. So release that tension. So we're gonna go up and down. Up, this is number 5, and down. So we're gonna take it up, and down. Up, number 7, and down. Take it up, and down. 2 more. Up, and down. 1 more, guys. Excellent job, everybody. So I only want to do 10 of those today because I don't want to overdo it with the lower body. And what we're going to do now is we're going to transition into our cool down period. And because we had a great workout from our warm up to upward to our lower body, dealing with our abdomen, our quads, our hamstrings, our glutes, everything pretty much was targeted today. What I want to do now is I'm going to transition into the cool down period. I know we did a lot of standing exercises, so I did my best to kind of incorporate everybody today. So one thing I want to do now is I want to just start to take my cool down. So what we're going to do is, if you're standing, you can remain standing. If you're seated, you can remain seated. We're just going to start with some deep breaths, and then we're going to transition into our stretches, okay? So we're going to come up, hands up, break down. As I go up, I'm going to inhale. So when I come up, we're going to go. Take a deep breath. We're going to drop it. We're going to take 3 more deep breaths. We're going to go up. We're going to go 1 more. Excellent job. Okay, so one of the exercises I have to show is actually going to be on the ground. And for anybody who's at home who has trouble getting to the ground and getting off the ground, you can do this on a couch, or you could do it lying down on a bed where you have some type of elevation so that you're able to get off by yourself. So that way you're not scared of that you're going to fall or that it's not going to work out for you. So I actually showed this the last time I was here, which was hamstring stretch.
And it's something that we're gonna have to do today, just because again, when you work out your lower body, you're gonna have to do some type of stretches. So I'm gonna go down. And again, pretend I'm like lying on my bed or on my couch or my sofa, or my aide is with me, doesn't matter where you are. We're gonna lay down simply, right? And my legs are contracted here, meaning they're just up like that. I'm gonna come down and I'm gonna take my left leg. And the first stretch we're gonna do is we're gonna take our knee and we're gonna bring it into our chest. And again, you could do this lying down if you were with an aide or if you're with a family member. Now what I want you to do is I want you to hold it for a couple seconds. Just gonna count in my head for about 5 seconds. Excellent. I'm gonna bring my leg down. I'm gonna do the same thing on my right side. I'm gonna bring that knee up. I'm gonna contract it and I'm gonna bring it into my chest. I'm gonna hold it for about 5 seconds. Excellent. And we're gonna do that again on this side. We're gonna bring it up. We're gonna hold it. We're gonna hold on for about 5 seconds. And excuse me, this is actually one of the hip stretches. I'll show the hamstring one in a minute. We're gonna go down one more time, and then we're gonna do our hamstrings. This is really good for the inside and outside of your hips. Where I'm feeling it right now, so everyone can get an understanding. I'm feeling it more towards my glutes, but also my hip region when I bring it back. I'm gonna hold it for about 5 seconds, guys. And we're gonna release. Maybe you have to shake out your leg, shake it out, or have somebody actually shake out your leg. It's a really good one. Another thing that you could do is if you're laying down in this position, one of the exercises, and this is actually for the hamstrings, if you have a trainer, that's great. If you don't, if you have just a family friend or a nurse, someone who can help you, the leg is gonna come up, so my left leg is gonna come up. They're gonna grab the top of my leg and they're gonna push it this way. Since I'm by myself, I'm just gonna take my leg and I'm gonna grab it up at the upper calf, more towards my ankle, and I'm just gonna slightly pull it back towards me and hold it for about 5 seconds. And then we're gonna bring it down slowly, and then I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. I'm gonna bring the leg up, grab it. I'm gonna push it back. So my leg is coming back this way, so I'm pulling it. So I'm working up this part of the muscle here. We're gonna hold it for about 5 seconds. You're gonna feel a little bit of tension, and you're gonna let it go and release. Okay. And I'm gonna do that one more time on that side and the opposite side. Okay, so this leg is gonna come up. My pretend person is gonna hold my leg and we're gonna push it back. And then we're gonna come up one more time on this side. And then I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna show you another stretch, okay? Excellent. All right, so I'm gonna come up real quick, just because I know we're gonna be running out of time soon. All right, we got 4 minutes, everybody. So I'm gonna take my chair now. Take my right hand, I'm gonna bring my leg up, and we're gonna do, this is called heel to butt. Very simple. If you could just bring up your leg, this is my stabilizer. If you have someone, hold on to them and grab them, and you're just gonna hold it. This is for your quadriceps. So you'll feel the pull here. Just hold it for a couple seconds. And then we're gonna come down and we're gonna do the same thing. So I'm gonna take my left leg, I'm gonna bring it up, I'm gonna grab it at the heel like this. I'm gonna grab my latch onto this, and I'm gonna just bring my heel. If you see it, it's literally on my butt. I was just gonna hold it. Excellent job. Okay. Now, one thing I always end with is my butterfly stretch, just because it targets like the inner hips, which I'm really big on. So one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come down now. I actually feel like my body's loosened up a little bit more. So now I'm gonna just sit. If anyone can just come to the ground with me, that's great. It's a little harder to do if you're seated. So if you can do it on a bed perhaps, or if you're on the ground. So one thing I like to do is I like to bring my legs into this position. You can see me almost like a lotus flower. So we're gonna come up. My pants are very colorful, so it works.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is my legs are like this, they're in this V shape. And I'm gonna take my hands, I'm gonna bring them behind my ankles, I'm gonna lock them in, and I'm gonna bring my lower body into my upper body. So we're just gonna push it forward towards my center. And then I'm just gonna hold it for a couple of seconds, because then there's a tension, you see in my upper body, my lower body. And we're just gonna slightly flap the butterfly. And we're gonna do the right side, just gonna shake it out a little bit. Ever so slightly, nothing crazy. Just open up that joint. Maybe like 5 shakes, just one, just count your head. And then we're gonna do the opposite side, so nice and slow. Bring that body in. And then we're gonna take it together, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. And then another basic stretch you could do is literally have your toes pointed, bring your body forward, so my back should be arched, and we're gonna pull toward this way, like I'm pulling you, like I'm reaching out for you towards the camera, you're gonna reach back at me. Except in this case, I'm pointing toward my toes are pointing toward you guys, and I'm reaching out for you. Sending you a lot of love and support. Thank you for coming out, everyone, on this Tuesday morning. I know it's a little bit gloomy. I hope one thing we'd like to end with is just remember to check in with your body, see how you're feeling, see if there's any tension anywhere that you need to release or if you need to get stretched out. We're just gonna hold that for a little bit more. And we're gonna come back. I will lift my head toward the ceiling. We're gonna come forward again. Hold it. Come up again. One. And I think that we're done for today, guys. I'm gonna do my last check of my time. Just gonna see real quick. And it is 10 o'clock. So again, I just want to thank everybody who's been on. I know I can't see my students, but please know that I'm proud of you. Thank you for coming today. I hope you worked up a good sweat. I know I did. I'm like glowing from head to toe right now. Make sure you hydrate. Make sure you're stretched out. Good rule of thumb. If you're gonna shower after this, take a nice hot shower. Loosen up your body. Do your stretches afterwards too. That'll loosen up the muscles. What was it? Rule of thumb. One of our nurses said it at the beginning. Please remember to wear your sunscreen, regardless of your color, your skin type. Just where the radiation is a big thing, and it's known to cause melanoma in your skin, which is a form of cancer. So please remember to reiterate that. That's a big takeaway for today. So just to reiterate, thank you to our awesome nurses and aides for all your help and all the administration. I love working with you guys. I know I'm just a fill-in for Ellen, but I hope you take away something good, if not moving your bodies for today, or you learn something new.